Please be seated. Good evening. I am Scott Mull, Chair of the Board of Trustees at Northwest State Community College. On behalf of my fellow trustees, I now declare this 55th annual commencement to be in session. Our thanks to Mrs. Deb Mignon for serving as our Grand Marshal this evening. Ms. Mignon has served as a faculty member for 28 years in the area of nursing and allied health. Thank you, Deb, for your dedicated service to Northwest State. I would now ask that all veterans and active members of our armed forces please stand to be recognized. We thank you for your service. Will the audience please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. I would now like to introduce the 8th President of Northwest State Community College, Dr. Todd Hernandez.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you today the members of the Platform Party. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. First, let me recognize the Northwest State Community College Board of Trustees, most of which are with us tonight. Chair Scott Mull, whom you just met, represents Van Wert County. Representing Fulton County is Vice Chair Sandy Barber. Also from Fulton County is Second Vice Chair Katrina DeGroff. Representing Henry County is Joel Miller and John Polson. Representing Defiance County is John Breidenbaugh and Mickey Schwarzbeck. Representing Paulding County is Lisa McClure. On behalf of Williams County is Jeffrey Erb. Also in attendance today, we have the college administration. I ask that you all please stand and be recognized. Next, I would like to recognize the heart and soul of this institution, the faculty and staff. They provide transformational learning environments as well as care and support for our students. We would also like to thank Mr. Devin Franklin, who is serving as junior marshal this evening. No one completes a college degree alone. For every graduate here today, there are supporting family and friends who help our students overcome incredible barriers to reach their educational goal. Graduates, I offer you this opportunity to rise and applaud the family members and friends who have helped you on your journey. To our graduates, on behalf of a very grateful Northwest State Community College, I commend you for your dedication and persistence. Oh, you may be seated. Maybe we'll add that to the script next year. Your dedication and persistence that have led to this remarkable achievement. You balance work, family, and other obligations in order to complete your education. To our community, Northwest State provides a safe place where our students' hopes and dreams lead to a better life. We know that the degrees and certificates earned today represent far more than educational milestones. A Northwest State education helps our students reach other goals, including family-sustaining wages. The reason we call today's ceremony a commencement is because it marks the beginning of a new chapter in our students' lives, one filled with hope and potential. We remain resolute in our mission to serve by providing access to excellent and affordable education, training, and services that improve the lives of individuals and strengthen communities. Student by student, family by family, community by community, we will help Northwest Ohio maintain a high quality of life and remain a great place to live and work. Next, the Northwest State Community College Commencement Committee, based upon the recommendation of the college faculty, is pleased to present the President's Outstanding Student Award for the fall graduates of the 2023-2024 academic year. Callie Durham was born and raised on the family ranch in Oklahoma. Callie Durham is the daughter of Chad and Jane, both avid learners pursuing degrees in nursing and English, respectively, at Northwest State. She takes immense pride in their pursuits, considering it the greatest pleasure of life to be part of their success. Drawing inspiration from her elder brother, Cody, who serves as her rock and forever hero, Callie's support system extends to her husband, Gavin, with whom she has shared 12 years of love, compassion, companionship, and growth. In recognition of her academic dedication, Callie has garnered several accolades. These include the Career Preparation Gold Badge, consistent placement on the Dean's List, and induction into Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Notably, she was awarded the Trio SSS Rising Star, where she not only actively participated, but also worked as an English tutor and peer mentor. Callie expresses deep gratitude to her coach, Alex, for providing a space for growth, and to Terry, whom she considers a personal mentor and friend, for opening doors and never hesitating to support her various proposals. Starting in nursing, Callie's passion for organizational effectiveness led to a major switch. After her completion of an Associate of Individualized Study in Health and Biology, she's set to transfer to the University of Toledo for Healthcare Administration. Callie expresses deep gratitude to her professors at Northwest State, whose guidance has been invaluable during her academic journey. Beyond academic endeavors, Callie is a dedicated community member, infusing her passion for learning and service into every project. As a recipient of the President's Outstanding Award for the fall of 2023 commencement, Callie Durham extends heartfelt gratitude to Northwest State and the community that welcomed her. Lastly, she dedicates her achievements to her family, emphasizing that everything she is and everything she does is for them. It is with great pleasure that we present the President's Outstanding Student Award to Callie Durham. Please welcome Dr. Lana Snyder, Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs, who will provide us with a snapshot of the graduating class.
I would like to extend my congratulations to the graduates. Today, your family, friends, and college community have gathered to celebrate your achievements with you. Who makes up the class of the fall of 2023? The class has 102 graduates. 88% of the graduating class lives in the six-county area of Defiance, Fulton, Henry, Paulding, Van Wert, and Williams counties. The average age of the class is 27. Several graduates are members of honor societies. There are 13 graduates who are members of Phi Theta Kappa, and 7 are members of Alpha Delta Nu. The grade point average of the class is 3.36. This evening, a total of 109 awards, 79 associate degrees, and 30 certificates will be awarded to our 102 graduates. Degrees and certificates will be awarded to 14 graduates in arts and sciences, 23 graduates in business and public service, 43 graduates in STEM and industrial technologies, and 27 graduates in nursing and allied health. It is now my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Conrad Winkler. Conrad is the president of North Star BlueScope and has been in this role for more than 1 year. Conrad is an MIT-educated mechanical engineer with an MBA and Master's in Manufacturing Management from Northwestern University. Conrad was Navy ROTC, Reserve Officers Training Corps, in college, and a nuclear submariner in the U.S. Navy onboard fast attack submarines. Following business school, Conrad joined Booz Allen Hamilton, and as a partner there, focused on manufacturing intensive industries, operations, and strategy. Prior to coming to North Star, Conrad was president and CEO of Evraz North America. He has also been CEO of Ardagh Glass Packaging North America and of Shield T3, a COVID-19 testing company he helped to start up. Please welcome to the podium Conrad Winkler.
Good evening, board members, Dr. Hernandez, esteemed faculty, parents, and most importantly, graduating students. It's an honor and a privilege to be here tonight. When I was on board the fast attack nuclear submarine USS Providence, every week or two, we had a field day. And this is not your typical elementary school or middle school field day with track and field. Instead, it was the day we cleaned the submarine from top to bottom. For me, the best way to attack what most of us would consider an unpleasant task was to find the dirtiest, nastiest, oiliest bilge, which is the place in the bottom of the ship where all the muck builds up, and go clean it. And what I would do is I would go down there with my crew, with my team members, and we'd make that place really shine, and we'd do it all together. My name's Conrad Winkler. I serve as the president of North Star BlueScope Steel. North Star produces about 3 million tons of steel from Delta, Ohio. Our steel is used across a few industries you might know, such as automobiles, buildings, agriculture, renewable energy. The list of uses is long. But what we're really proud of at North Star is the recognition that we've garnered for being the highest quality hot-rolled steel producer with the highest record of on-time delivery in the country. I'd also say we have the best workforce of any company, certainly of any company that I've ever had the privilege to work with. You're probably wondering, why am I talking to you today? And maybe we should get a little better acquainted. Like many in the steel industry, as pointed out earlier, mechanical engineer. I grew up in Buffalo, went to a good engineering school, also served in the military on U.S. submarines. I really liked this manufacturing concept and became a management consultant in operations and strategy. When COVID hit, I saw the need and helped start up a COVID-19 testing company. Eventually, though, I really wanted to make my way back to steel and to do it here in Northwest Ohio. My purpose for being here is simple: to admire the accomplishments of all the graduates here and to wish each of you well as you begin your career journeys or continue your career journeys if you're midstream. I also thought it would be good to share a few observations and experience I've had along the way. Of course, you're welcome, as they say, to take what you need and leave the rest. So you're graduating, and what's next? One observation I have is that every journey does, in fact, begin with a single step. The trick is the second, third, and fourth steps require some direction. Pick your path and follow it, but don't hesitate to adjust as you learn. After I realized I would never make it in the NFL, I became fascinated with automobiles and steel. I remember driving past the steel mills in Gary, Indiana, with my father, and later past the ones outside Buffalo. He used to say that the steam and smoke pluming above the mills were a sign of prosperity, and more importantly, the growth of the middle class. Whether or not that triggered my fascination, I probably still cannot say. But my fascination with steel and manufacturing was clear to me, and it demanded my attention and some actions. Like many of you, I had no idea where my choice to follow my steel passions would lead me. I just had big dreams of making something great or building something substantial someday, probably in a manufacturing business. It didn't really matter to me as long as it included molten metal. Ideally, I would have probably hoped to be working with people who were just as excited as I was to be a part of something bigger than themselves. So pick a path, follow it, and adjust as you go. That's the first thing. Once you have a direction, you have to determine how you will spend your effort. Generally, what you get out of life depends on what you put into it. I remember an American history teacher observing that I was kind of a weird kid after submitting a paper on the U.S. steel industry for a history paper competition. Maybe that was true, but I had my direction, steel, and there were many challenges along the way that I needed to figure out. One of the biggest was probably how to pay for MIT. But I really wanted to become that mechanical engineer so I could be up to the task of my aspirations. Like many from my time, I had a deep interest in serving my country and was lucky enough to snag an ROTC scholarship with the U.S. Navy. I also found a minimum wage job in an auto parts store, turning brakes and rotors, and eventually was promoted to be a salesperson. That was still, of course, at minimum wage. All of these experiences helped me earn the money I needed while learning about steel and cars, feeding my fascination. I also learned about people and had the opportunity to get to know people from a lot of different backgrounds while earning some confidence and some money. Oddly, I managed to glean some experience later in college as a draftsman and spent a summer doing that for a biotech company. Experience doesn't come easy. Between college, the Navy, and all those jobs, I had more than my fair share of opportunities to make mistakes and get well acquainted with failure. Too well, maybe on some days. That's an important part of the path. What I can say in hindsight is that it always felt better to me when I knew I'd put in my best. More importantly, I learned that you're much more likely to get support and help if you're out there trying and really giving it your all. It takes working your butt off to make things happen sometimes. Sometimes you'll make things happen that you wish you hadn't. I remember asking to take a course in total quality management when I was in the Navy. This was focused really on a lot of technical, statistical process control and other things. I was eager to put my learnings into practice, so I changed how we maintained motor generators on the boat. There was a lot of interesting analysis involved, and I suppose I underestimated the risks. When the boat pulled into port, my experimenting caused the generators to fail. So while the rest of the crew was enjoying time ashore on the beaches of the south of France, my electrical division and I were stuck on the submarine. I'll bet you can't guess how they all reacted. I was surprised, actually. Every one of the members of my team got right to work. Not only did they help me make the repairs, but they stuck around to help me write up the incident, the corrective actions, and later they helped me present it to my very unhappy commanding officer. I learned they supported me because I put in the effort to try to improve something. Let's be real here. I wasn't winning any popularity contests that weekend, but the team stuck with me even as beach stories from the time ashore started to come aboard. I never made it off the sub that weekend, and it was another month before I would see the sun again. The point here is that you have to work hard and stay focused on your path, because what you put in is what you'll get out. Perhaps one of the most important lessons I learned was the power of one person. I like to think of this as creating your own culture, but it's really about being reflective about who and how you want to be in this world. Back to my submarine bilge cleaning story, I found that my hard work and enthusiasm was contagious and improved the mood of everyone around me. Well, at least most of the people around me. One person can change all the dynamics in a room, in a steel mill. Recently, I was talking with one of the operators at our steel mill who was pulling out multi-ton crops of steel with a crane. I was asking how he ended up at North Star. He told me he'd left a job as an insurance salesperson because he wanted to work in a place where he felt like he was making a difference, where he could feel good about a good day's work, could feel like part of a team. He's still writing his story, but I'd like to think he shared those things because they were part of his experience with all of us at North Star. No doubt his comments impacted me. It reminded me that our time at work is really an important part of our lives. I look back at all of my jobs, and I was thinking the other day, which one was really my favorite one? And what I'd say is, in each job that I was in, that was my favorite job. And I was thinking about why I felt that way. It wasn't that I didn't want to actually go do other things around my path. I did, and I proceeded to do those things. But I was never running away from anything. And that's because I always made the best of those things. Make it worthwhile. You'll have an impact too. As you head out into the world after today, I hope you'll take some time to think about your path and choose it for yourself. You'll have to adjust along the way. We all do. That's part of being a lifelong learner. Don't worry if your path changes. We all wind our way through life. If you work hard and put all you've got into it, you'll get a lot out of it. And never forget that people are watching you. They can see your effort and your good example. Make sure it's the example that you want them to see. I really hope our paths will cross again someday. In the meantime, it's time for you to celebrate your achievements. Congratulations to each of you. I'm very grateful to have had the chance to participate in this significant event in your lives in this small way. Be great, do great things, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Conrad, for your inspiring remarks. And as a token of our appreciation, I would like to present to you this plaque for your address with us this evening. Good evening. I'm Dr. Dan Berklaw, our Vice President for Academics, and I am pleased to announce that the class address will be given by Ms. Faith Merez. Faith is from Paulding, Ohio, and started taking classes through Northwest State in 2020 through the College Credit Plus, or CCP program, while attending Wayne Trace High School. She is a recipient of the Presidential and Toledo Edison Scholarships and a member of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Beyond Northwest State, she is also a member of Auglaize Chapel Church of God, where she serves as the church board's secretary. She volunteers at the Paulding County Senior Center and the John Paulding Historical Society. It's through her serving others, taking part in 4-H, working as a substitute teacher, and taking a few influential psychology courses, Faith has discovered a passion for mental health and psychology. She is graduating with an Associate of Arts degree today and pursuing an eventual master's degree to become a school psychologist. Would you all please join me in welcoming Faith Merez.
Good evening, graduates, family, friends, and faculty. We're here today to celebrate the close of our time at Northwest State Community College, earning our degrees and certifications after all of our hard work. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share with you tonight. We have all taken different paths, but here we are together, about to embark on the next part of our lives, to further our academic journeys or begin or advance our careers. I came to Northwest State because it was the best choice for me. I was kind of terrified of going to college, and I wasn't really ready to leave home or my family. Both of my parents attended Northwest State, and without that history, I don't know that I would have considered attending as well. But I'm very glad that I did. The other schools I was considering didn't feel like the right fit, and it turned out that I ended up exactly where I needed to be. While here, I received the Presidential Scholarship that covered my tuition, and I was fortunate to receive outside scholarships that helped cover all of my books. And attending here this past year and a half, I took so many eye-opening courses, enjoying even the ones I wasn't initially sure about, and I met some pretty amazing professors. I'm happy to say that I can now appreciate fine works of art, don't mind short stories, even though I'm definitely a several book series kind of reader. I finally understand how to use a microscope, and I can deliver a speech in front of a whole lot of people without panicking. Well, without panicking too much. Overall, my experience here has prepared me to be a little more adventurous with my future plans. This spring, I will be pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology at Tiffin University and continuing to work as a substitute teacher. I want to thank all of the faculty members who have helped me reach this day. Your support and knowledge don't go unnoticed. For those of you out there looking for the right school, Northwest State is an amazing choice. When I was in high school, I took a 4-H project about mental health, and ever since then, I've wanted to pursue something in the field of psychology. But it was an intro to psychology class I took through Northwest State's CCP program that made me realize how many different things a person can do in this field of psychology. And my adventure began. Every psychology course I've taken since then has grown my interest in the subject. From social and abnormal to lifespan psychology, there's a real need for psychology professionals in the world, and I really hope to be one of them someday. Having access to the right support, whether it be academic or emotional, is integral, and I believe that no one needs this support more than kids. Through my experience, witnessing the experience of family members and friends, to having the opportunity to work with kids through substitute teaching, I have come to recognize that each and every one of us has our own struggles, ones that can hold us back, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. So, have you ever tried to get out of the car without undoing your seatbelt? Ever pulled as hard as you could on a door that says push in big letters? Ever told a joke that no one got? Ever missed a test question you 100% knew the answer to? Ever left the house in a shirt you forgot had a random tear or stain in it? If you've ever been embarrassed or had your day thrown off course by some silly, small thing, then you're a lot like me. The thing about the little struggles is that they can feel a whole lot worse when you're dealing with something that really isn't so simple at all. I was fortunate to be able to go to college straight out of high school and to have my family as a big support system behind me, but I know that that's not everyone's experience. Sometimes you can't go to college, maybe for financial reasons or family obligations. Maybe you change your mind later on when things fall into place. Maybe you realize that the job you want requires some additional schooling. Maybe you're facing some challenges right now threatening to knock you down or make you forget about how far you've managed to come. However you got here today and wherever you're going next, no matter how easy or difficult your journey might look to someone else, we have all faced and will face some form of challenge or struggle in our lives. Some people play theirs pretty close to the vest and some like to share. But what I want you to remember is that we all face challenges every single day, and you're not alone. Granted, all of our struggles don't look the same, but it doesn't matter how big or small the challenge you're facing might look to someone else. It doesn't even matter if you don't share this struggle with anyone else, if you're not comfortable doing so. Whatever you're facing, it's a valid difficulty because it's yours, and you're allowed to be worried, angry, or upset, because there is nothing worse than something standing in your way when you figure out the path you're meant to be on. In recognizing that everyone faces difficulties we know nothing about, we must also remember to be kind and support those around us. Because on some days, you're going to feel like that person who tried to climb out of the car with their seatbelt still on. And a little bit of compassion is going to go a really long way. Most importantly, have a little compassion for yourself, because no one will ever talk to you more than you talk to yourself in your own head. No matter what struggle you're faced with, big or small, please don't give up. If whatever you're facing knocks you down, get back up again. Have the courage or sheer willpower to go after what you want, no matter how long or how much work it takes you to get there. We're here today because we didn't give up. Don't ever forget that. Congratulations, fellow graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Faith, for sharing your personal journey and motivating each of us tonight with your encouraging remarks. Please accept this plaque as a reminder of your address to us this evening. All right. As Vice President for Academics, it is now my honor to present the candidates for graduation. So candidates, please stand. I now ask our faculty to please rise, turn, and face our students. President Hernandez, upon recommendation of the faculty and in concurrence with the academic deans, I am pleased to present to you the students who have fulfilled the requirements for their certificates and degrees, which include the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Applied Science, and the Associate of Technical Studies.
Vice President Berklow, I commend you and your faculty for the outstanding job you have done in preparing our students for this moment. And I wholeheartedly agree with your recommendation. Graduates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I award to you the Northwest State Community College degree and/or certificate, together with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities therein.
Each year, several graduates are selected by the division faculty and deans to receive the Award of Merit in recognition of outstanding achievement in their program of study. These students are noted in your program and will be honored with their Award of Merit medallion during the distribution of the diplomas. With this, I would ask the first group or the first row of graduates to please proceed to the stage. Remaining graduates, you may be seated. Ms. Kayla Miller will be serving as our orator tonight.
Presenting the Division of Arts and Sciences in place of Dean Jamila Jones is Dr. Alan Barres, English faculty. Jennifer Ann Bethel, Award of Merit. Adria Michelle Connor, Award of Merit, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Faith Irene Mraz, Award of Merit, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Hope Elizabeth Irene Bookup. Jade Samantha Forbes, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Hannah Lee Towns Hall, summa cum laude. Now we have the Division of Business and Public Services, led by Dean Jason Rickenberg. Brooke Rose Bosselman, Award of Merit, cum laude. Michelle Nicole Marshall, Award of Merit, magna cum laude. Russell Edward 𝘕𝘰𝘵𝘗𝘵, Jr., Award of Merit, cum laude. Zamam Zain Altaheri, cum laude. Joe Clark, cum laude. Jocelyn Shue Figgins, cum laude. Justin Galbraith, Phi Theta Kappa, cum laude. Thomas Jarrett Nafziger. Ethan James Sattler, cum laude. Carly Ann Scher, cum laude. Jessica Brianne Wernsing. Now we have the Division of Nursing and Allied Health, led by Dean Dr. Tiffany Ludwig. Carrie Elizabeth Sparks, Award of Merit. Mackenzie Ray Steele, Award of Merit. Tara M. Thompson, Award of Merit, cum laude, Alpha Delta Nu. Kayla Bone, Phi Theta Kappa. Chastity Nicole Brain. Zachary Austin Campbell. Camden Christy Etzler, Alpha Delta Nu. Travis Jeffrey Galen. Abigail Danielle 𝘕𝘰𝘵𝘗𝘵. Kyla Shay Carzanow, Alpha Delta Nu. Kara Nicole Marie Kurth. Alexa Joanne Cook. Christian Jeremy Kruger. Ashley Renee Martin. Lexi Nicole Miller, Alpha Delta Nu. Litzy Christina Palos. Lindsay Pedraza, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Alpha Delta Nu. Kyle Robert Richards. Jessica Autumn Rubinaugh. Kylie Elizabeth Trucks, Phi Theta Kappa, Alpha Delta Nu. Alexis Skylar Woods, magna cum laude, Alpha Delta Nu. Rachel Marie Zimmerman. Now we have the Division of STEM and Industrial Technologies, led by Dean Franklin Roberts, Dr. Franklin Roberts. John Patrick Schinninger, Award of Merit, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Carter Seth Belden, magna cum laude. Casey Michelle Cover, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Callie Durham, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Claire Hutchinson. Johnny Ray Keyser, cum laude. Joseph Connor Kelly. Leo Robert Klingshern. Merrick Broyden Kreiner, cum laude. Keegan Vincent Mock, magna cum laude. Jocelyn Grace Mooring, cum laude. Vince Allen Monin. Austin Michael Owens, magna cum laude. Christian James Tyler Richard, cum laude.
Congratulations, graduates. Will the audience please join me in one last round of applause? So to finish this up and make it all official, I'm going to ask that all the graduates please stand. And to symbolize this moment, we now turn our tassel. So I'm going to ask you to stand and as one, move your tassel from the right side to the left. 1, 2, 3, go. Congratulations again. Okay, graduates, you can be seated, and it's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Albert Lewis Jr., who will be recognizing our recipients who were chosen for emeritus status.
Good evening. At a dinner earlier this evening, the Board of Trustees honored two distinguished individuals that was awarded emeritus status. Emeritus status is an honorary title awarded for distinguished service to the academic community. The Board of Trustees bestows this title on a faculty member, administrator, state, or trustee who has permanently retired from Northwest State Community College and who has served the college community and profession with distinction. This evening, we honored Dr. Robert Hall and Marcia Burr. Dr. Robert Hall served 2 terms on the Northwest State Community College Board of Trustees as a representative for Henry County from 2008 to 2020. During his 12 years on the board, Dr. Hall held the position of chair, vice chair from February 2010 until February 2014. He served on the Presidential Search Committee during 2017 and 2018. That led to the hiring of Dr. Michael Thompson, NSCC's 7th president. Dr. Hall is a strong supporter of the NSCC Foundation, where he volunteered for many years for the annual Green Carpet event, which raises money for student scholarships. Dr. Hall has given back to his community in a variety of ways. He established the Henry County 4-H Endowment Fund, served on the Northwest Ohio coordinator for the building campaign of the nationwide Ohio Farm Bureau 4-H Center on the Ohio State University campus, served as a department superintendent for the Henry County and Agricultural Society for 12 years, and was the webmaster for the Child and Family Advocacy Center. He also has chaired several committees and provides event sponsorship for the annual Henry County Symphony of Trees, which raises funds for children who have experienced abuse or who otherwise would not have a voice. Dr. Hall is a Vietnam-era veteran of the United States Navy. His nominators said this about Dr. Hall: as a trustee, Bob brought great knowledge and wisdom to the board. His professional and calm demeanor was greatly appreciated by his fellow trustees. We thank Dr. Hall, who has served the college community with distinction for 12 years. We'd like to bring Dr. Robert Hall to the stage. We had a second emeritus winner this evening, Marcia Burr, who is not here this evening, who was celebrated earlier this evening. Marcia Burr started at the college as a full-time staff member in the Copy Center in March of 1993 at what was then the Northwest Technical College. Shortly thereafter, she transitioned to her role as secretary for the nursing department in the spring of 1994. While providing administrative support for the department, Marcia completed her degree and graduated from Northwest State College in 1999 with an Associate of Applied Business and Office Services. During her nearly 30 years in NSCC, she assisted 7 nursing deans and countless nursing and allied health faculty members. Her work was integral to the nursing program success and achievement of every program, approval, and accreditation. Marcia believes in giving back and has been active in her local community in a variety of ways. She volunteered at the Correction Center of Northwest Ohio for 20 years as a facilitator for a weekly Bible study for the incarcerated. She assisted with several home building projects in Williams County with Habitat for Humanity. She has been a Williams County Master Gardener for 10 years. She is currently a member at First Lutheran Church in Stryker, where she assists with Vacation Bible School and is active with willing workers, sewing comforters, and putting together personal care kits and school backpacks for Lutheran World Relief. Her nominator said this about her: Marcia consistently displayed the college's values of people, integrity, and learning. She was flexible, patient, and gracious in all of her interactions with learners, their family members, and coworkers. Marcia was often on the front line of difficult situations, and she handled those with a calm demeanor and acted with integrity and treated everyone with dignity and compassion. She understood the importance of student learning and success. Marcia has served the college community with distinction for nearly 30 years. It is an honor to recognize Dr. Robert Hall and Marcia Brewer in receiving their Emeritus Awards. I'd like to bring Dr. Hernandez back to the stage.
We thank each of you for helping us celebrate our graduates this evening. Immediately following the ceremony, you are invited to the reception hosted in the atrium. We ask that guests remain seated until the graduates, faculty, and stage party recess.
As chair of the Board of Trustees of Northwest State Community College, I now declare this 55th annual commencement at an end.